Welcome to this video on the preparation and packing of personal equipment. Complete Equipment Fighting Order, or CEFO. That is either webbing or the cadet vest. In this video, I'll go through some of the items that I will carry on me at all times in my webbing and the importance for carrying them there. You can do the same, and you can adjust these items depending on what you've been issued, what personal equipment you bring, and what your load carrying equipment setup is. The webbing I'm carrying is the JJ's Commander set. Here I have 2 ammunition pouches, 4 utility or water bottle pouches, and an admin pouch. Also in the end, I have a pistol ammunition pouch. This pouch is just the right size for a Leatherman multi-tool. I'll start with that. The multi-tool I carry is important for various reasons. I have a knife for cutting string and for opening ration boxes and ration bags. I have a saw for removing low overhanging branches when trying to set up my basha in the harbour area. And I also have other items such as screwdrivers, and they're useful if I need to tighten the iron sights on my rifle on the range. This will go in the ammunition pouch. Moving on to the rifle ammunition pouches then, I have 2. The first one, which is on the left hand side, I will always keep empty, and this is because this is for ammunition and ammunition only. In here, I can contain 3 fully loaded live or blank magazines. And in cadet exercises or on the range, we are unlikely to get any more than 2. The second ammunition pouch, you can either use for a thermal insulated flask or a mug, but in this instance, this is where I carry my personal first aid kit. Here I have items for dealing with minor injuries either to myself or members of my section. Dressings, some bandages, plasters, a foil blanket for heat, and some disposable gloves. If I move on to the other side then, my admin pouch, in here I have items to help me administer the section or the platoon in the field. First of all, I have my notebook cover. In the front I carry an emergency spork, as well as pencils, pens and highlighters, which will allow me to go over documents, training programs or aid memoirs in the field. On the inside, this is where I have my notebook. It's important that your notebook is waterproof, either in a waterproof cover or, such as the Write in the Rain, waterproof paper. Out in the field, it is rarely always dry and your notes will get damaged, and sometimes they can become illegible if the paper disintegrates. As well as the waterproof notebook, I have a series of aid memoirs. In here, I have laminated sheets that I can write on with a permanent pen or a chinograph marker, and these will help me administer the section. Stag rotas, sentry lists, reorg checklists, section orbats and weapon details all can be contained in my notebook. If I wasn't carrying my webbing on me, my notebook cover and notebook would then be carried in my smock or in my trouser pocket. Also in here, I have my torch, and I have a number of silooms or glow sticks. Spare batteries for my torch I'll carry in my burden. In addition to the aid memoirs and tactical aid memoirs I had in my notebook, I also have a number of training aids. These are A6 in size, printed off the computer and laminated. I have bound them together with a key ring. These allow me to refresh my memory and to help take lessons in the field if I have to do so at short notice. Finally then, in my admin pouch, I have some more stationery. I have some permanent markers, I have some non-permanent markers, and I have some chinograph pencils or crayons. What these are useful for is either writing on whiteboards in the classroom environment or for annotating the laminated notes and aid memoirs that I'm carrying in my admin pouch. Moving on to water then, I carry 2 water bottles. The first of which I carry with my mug. Remember, these are water bottles. We don't want to be putting juice or hot chocolate into the bottle itself. It will tarnish the taste, and in the event that we need to share water about or in the event of an emergency, you won't have a water bottle, you'll have a hot chocolate or a juice bottle, and that's not right. The mug is then what I use with either hot water for making up hot chocolates, teas or coffees, or I can use the juice powder in the mug. so the mug is what gets dirty and the water bottle stays clean with water. To put them in my pouch, I put the mug in first, and then the water bottle, making sure it's firmly done up, will go in upside down. That way it fits neatly into the mug and I can close the pouch with any deformation. The second water bottle I carry with a cook set. And this is a BCB cook set, the same company that makes the alcohol fuel tablets. What this allows me to do is not waste a pouch with a mess tin and food, but allows me to have another fresh water bottle contained within the bottom cooker section and the mess tin mug at the top. Using the same alcohol fuel, the metal mug can sit on top of the cooker and I can heat up and boil my water, either for cooking, for drinking, or for using for washing. Conveniently, this fits inside a standard utility pouch. Moving on to the final two utility pouches that I have in my webbing. The first one, this is where I have the fuel tablets for my cooker. You get issued 6 of these tablets per day, and it's rare that you'll use all 6 in one day if you're economical with them. For lighting them, I either rely on a lighter or some Swedish flint steel. The steel can be used in all weathers, it's more reliable than the matches that are contained in the ration pack, and it also means it won't run out of gas or lighter fluid. Also in this pouch, I have some items that will help me to administer myself in the field. I have some spare socks, waterproofed in a sandwich bag. I have some boot polish and a brush for cleaning and waterproofing my boots. I have some foot powder. I also have 10 meters of cord or string. And I have a sewing kit for any emergency repairs that I might need to do in the field. Remember, our complete equipment fighting order is what we wear every day. We may not have access to our Bergen, so having items such as spare socks that will allow us to change our socks if our feet get wet, some foot powder as well as boot polish, will allow us to look after our feet and boots appropriately. The final pouch I have, this is what contains a small brew kit, so some tea, coffee and hot chocolate, as well as my lunch rations. These rations are designed to be eaten cold, however, because I'm carrying my cooker with me, I can heat them up if I have the time and if the situation allows. Some additional items are some outdoor flapjack and fruit bars that just give me some extra energy and have a little bit more flavour and taste than some of the rations we get. So, it's not very much contained in my webbing, however, I have enough in here to make sure that I'm fed, I'm watered, I can look after any minor injuries, and I can administer myself, my section, or my platoon in the field. And that's really the purpose of the webbing, to make sure we can remain effective in the field for reasonably prolonged periods of time. Remember, we may not always have our Bergens with us, and we may not always have the support. So, make sure you pack your webbing smart, and make sure you pack enough to make yourself comfortable in the field. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or ask one of your instructors how they will pack, or perhaps maybe there are some additional items that they would pack to make their life slightly more comfortable and efficient in the field.